I want one of these times where I pull one of those off like that, where the guy literally taps his head as soon as it called a strikeout. Oh, Jesus. We got... Okay. Hey, Dodger. How you doing? The now and later Beltrons are out. Let's go.
So 2 outs with runners.
All right, Beltron. I put you in the lineup. Prove to me you're worth it. That's how you do it. Now we're going to stay. All right, that was a cheapo, which I'll take. I'll take all the cheapos I can get. And I might as well have tried to go there. Jesus.
You idiot.
And that is in for a strike.
Are you like not going to...
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Now there's a ball down the line. That ball.
Just a hair. Once again, late.
And that's a double.
Wow, I didn't realize I get that one off. Wow.
Digs in now.
I'm surprised there's no replay challenge on that one. Let us replace the White Sox. No, I don't miss them. Nice, nice. For me, I just wanted to try something, and this is... I'm not good on pinpoint. I hate the damn vuvuzelas to save my life. Yo, 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 and away we go. I hope we're up, because OBS just literally crashed and showed up again. So, I don't know what's going on with the disconnection, reconnection thing. It seems to be like an ongoing issue with everything here, and I'm not sure. Either way. Happy to see everybody here for Collision tonight. I'm really happy to see y'all here for Backbreaker Pro coming up tonight as well. The show, we're going to have a pretty stacked show for both sides here. Problem is, here in Canada, we might not see it right away. Which, once again, let's just file this under another piss-off of AEW, and they have their own prescription channel, which we can't, like... I got a feeling I'll be sending a message out to TK at the start of the hour, because we're not going to be able to watch the... You guys in America are going to be lucky to watch it, but us in Canada, we don't get to watch any of it right off the bat. But either way, going to be a great night tonight. It is a pre-tape show for Collision with... I believe the main event's going to be Andrade El Idolo against Mystico. And if it, or Mascara Dorada, I try to remember which one it's going to be. And Meltzer was in the crowd, and he said it was going to be an absolute banger of a match. So, supposed to turn out to be really good. We're getting Mina Shirakawa against Lena Cross as another one. We're probably going to get Mox in some kind of version of something. I'll be honest, I didn't take a look at it today. I've been a little bit busy today trying to get things organized. Sorry, chat, just having more... I appreciate... It's Mascara Dorado. Okay, we got that. That's from last week, so let's see the latest here. Here we go. All right. Let's run through this card here, because this is going to be a lot of fun. El Clone and Kevin Knight, which, based on everything that happened on Wednesday, that actually has a pretty decent storyline dealing with Bailey and Takeshita, or Bailey and Kyle Fletcher, and how everything broke down at the end there. We also got Mark Davis versus Commander, which you can tell this is a very lucha-heavy show. And Commander's probably going to get wrecked by Davis. the Triangle of Madness All in Action, which is probably going to bring out Statlander to set up that 2 out of 3 falls match. And the Demand versus the Bang Bang Gang, which we haven't seen the Bang Bang Gang in forever. So it's going to be a great opportunity to see them back in the ring here tonight. And back in action, back working hard. Like I said, I'm a little frustrated right now with the fact that we're going to be late to Collision tonight. Just going to send a post out. If any of you are on X, please follow me because you can retweet this out. Because that reminds me, I still got to buy the pay-per-view myself, so but I guess the other bit of drama that we've seen here going through, and sorry about the quietness to start off here. Just like I said, it's going to be frustrating the fact that we're not going to be able to watch the thing right off the bat here the way that we want to. The biggest thing is the OVW situation where a referee literally had a seizure in a ring and the wrestlers just basically didn't give two shits, for lack of a better term. Just basically, one guy literally kicked the guy out of the ring. Like, as he's twitching and convulsing, they literally just used the foot and kicked him out of the ring. Which, fair game to try to get a guy to get the outside. But at the same time, the guy's having a freaking seizure in the ring. You stop the damn match. And I get it. People don't want the video put up and whatnot. And I don't know how much of it is damage control, how much of it is just you don't want to see gross things out. Oh, it's for human decency. No, it's not. It's PTSD. I can get that. But at the same time, there's no reasonable reason why you would want to. Well, yeah, just getting a response already back on my my post that I put out about tonight. Oh, I know TK circulates through X. I really do, but because anything that's positive, he'll definitely he'll definitely respond to the positive stuff. The negative stuff he doesn't say much about, but and I'm really looking forward to the pay-per-view. That's the one thing I am looking forward to is the fact that we get to watch the pay-per-view without interruption. We have the great match. We got great matches on the pre-show. Hey Vic, how you doing tonight? I'm doing good, but I'm getting frustrated here because yeah, it is a go-home show truly for tonight, but the fact I'm not going to be able to watch probably the first 15 minutes of it is driving me freaking nuts. Because I'm assuming the show's on already. I'm just going to take that down for now. You guys are going to have to give me some kind of running play-by-play because the channel that they put it on in up here in Canada, it's the USA and Canada channel. Well, before they have AEW, they have NASCAR racing that's on CW right now. There's still 18 laps left in the race, and they're not going to change it over to another channel. And yeah, so basically we're stuck with the Heidi rule. And if you don't remember, the Heidi rule is a broadcast rule that you don't leave a sports event until it's done because of, people want to see the finish of the game or the race. For those that aren't familiar, what happened, there was I think it was Pittsburgh and Oakland game that was going right back and forth right down to the wire, but the game ran long and the movie Heidi was coming up on the channel and the station didn't know any better. So they just hit the switch and switched it over to Heidi. So the musical Heidi that came out, I believe it was in the 1970s, 80s. I think it was 70s. But ever since then, stations have listed what's called the Heidi rule. To which if you're in the middle of a sporting event, you don't leave the sporting event until you have another one. And frankly, for all the extra channels that they have available, for Bell, they just decide not to. Like it's fine. It's only 15 laps. It should be fast enough. I don't want to start doing illegal shit. Just let me know what match is starting off the bat. That's all I care about. If it's Andrade and Dorada, I swear to God, I might throw something on screen here. Watch this. Now you say that just so I can get so that ends up happening. But now tonight's going to be a great night of wrestling action, both on AEW and then on BPW right after. For those that have popped in, I will let you know that the opening contest will be Willow Nightingale versus Walker Pipe Guy. Hello, Baron Corbin. Everybody's Baron Corbin apparently now, so that was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I can't get over that. By the way, good to see you here, DLW. Yeah, GCW's tonight, AAA's tonight. Like, if you're a wrestling fan, it's gonna be a fun night to be around. Like, I know we just have our little indie fed here, but yeah, AAA's got their big show, I believe, at 10 p.m. your time, Vic. So just as Collision's wrapping up, they start their show. Actually, playing early, had nothing to watch. Well, there could be a possibility you're winning a title tonight. But I do have to thank you and MGC for solving my little issue for me about what, like, I don't have the wheel to spin for your title match, so I get to book your title match. And if you're wondering, your match is going to be coming up third tonight Let me go through the match order while we're waiting here. Oh, it's Kevin Knight and El Clone? Okay. That'll be a... Just give me one sec. I gotta... Hey, Nats, how you doing tonight? See mistakes like that with people arguing about the author of academic papers or executive NASA, but never like this. Oh, you re-upped your Max subscription for Revolution? I wish I had that opportunity. Unfortunately, in Canada, I don't get that privilege. Right now, I'm watching a bunch of vehicles spinning around a circle. I apologize that we're not talking about wrestling right now. But so DLW, I'm in Canada, if you didn't know. In Canada, it is on the USA and Canada channel. Yeah, I know. You guys get El Clone versus Kevin Knight, the banger. I'm trying to not go insane right now about this. So we got the USA and Canada channel, and unfortunately, before they get into Collision, we have NASCAR on. And I was talking about the Heidi rule earlier. I don't know how many people here know about the Heidi rule. It's an executive rule that if you're covering live sports, you finish the sport that you're on before you move on to the next one. Like, don't get me wrong, AEW takes full advantage of this during their overruns all the time. But in Canada, we get the CW coverage of NASCAR on this channel before we get AEW. So, unfortunately, we still have 6 laps to go, plus the victory cheering and all that bullshit. And then we'll get a chance to check out. Well, we're probably going to miss the first match. And it's uber frustrating. And I apologize that we should be talking about wrestling, but we're not right now. Stateside shows moved the broadcast, for example, TNT. Yeah, and I wouldn't mind that. And the thing is that the company that owns the rights to the channel has about 40 channels. Like, this is on, like, the USA and Canada channel is probably like the bottom tier. This used to be the Discovery Channel in Canada, and it got rebranded over the last little while. I'd pay extra money if it was available online as a separate feed, but you go onto the channel that hooks up with it, we get nothing. Like, I'm willing to pay for that AEW, my AEW subscription. I'd pay extra, like $200 a year for everything if I wanted. Like, right now, he wants, I believe it's $129 American. Shit, I'll go $199 American if I need to, because it'll be worth every penny of it. No, Nats. Vic's already offered a Discord feed to watch the show, and I'm just like, you know what? I got 3 laps to go here. I'll miss the first match. I just want to do a little bit of this. By the way, did that go through? It just feels like this is what's happening to me doing this. Feel like I'm getting frickin' rickrolled here. Okay, good. All these sound effects are working. By the way, we got a new sound synthesizer now, and currently my setup has around 86 buttons. Oh no, I completely changed my Elgato setup for audio. So there's a compressor involved and everything now. So the only thing I got to worry about is the audio adjustments once we get into the gameplay later, which I'm hoping we can figure out as we go along, but it won't be too bad. But no, things are going a lot. Well, are you going to AEW? Oh yeah, I'll be in Edmonton. I still got to get the ticket because I'm a cheap ass, but I live in Edmonton, so I'll be there at the Edmonton one. All right, the race just finished. So they still got to say their thank yous and goodbyes and all that shizen. So, yeah, we got, Kyle Larson, number 88 car. I'm trying to say a southern accent here. Kyle Larson getting a little victory over here. You know, nice little blue, HendrickCars.com, 88 cars, spurred by, there's not even any other sponsored vehicles on not even sponsor logos anywhere on there. They're just so small, nobody can actually say it, y'all. See, I made it legit at Southern because I added a y'all in the end. That's still there. And of course, he's blowing smoke everywhere, even though people are still on the track. Sounded authentic to you?
Bruh.
I got a few of these on here. Basically, my mood right now could be subbed up like this. And to Bell Media for screwing this up. That's typically my, sorry, just trying to keep everything straight here. Yeah, but tomorrow night, let me switch gears. I don't even need to watch the match, talk about some good points for later. Kevin Knight, they're getting the opportunity to regain the Trios Championships, and I wonder if this is the moment that Takeshita gets that final turn in. When it's Protocata with Mark Davis taking on Jet Speed and Mystico. Could there be a title change? Does Wardlow return tomorrow? Maybe. It's one of the toughest things when it comes to sports right now and when it comes to wrestling. When somebody gets as injured as often as Wardlow does, is anybody really going to care? You call them Okada and Aussie Open. That makes a lot of sense. You know what? It's funny because so many people won't even dawn on the fact that they actually are tag teams together, right? Yeah, DL. I'm glad you guys got acquainted here. Good. Everything's going for you here. But yeah, just oh, goody, little kids running down the track. That's always great. Hoping hologram's probably not going to be for a little while yet. Just saw a clip of one half of AOP bare knuckle fighting. Hey, you know what? It is, I don't want to say a legitimate sport, but in certain countries it is a regulated sport. So it's a big Russian thing from what I've seen in terms of that working there. The gauntlet, you mean the battle royal? It's not the typical gauntlet. It's a 21 person battle royal. I still think Ricochet wins it. I think he weasels his way through it. It's on the pre-show. Unless you want to get Big Boom and AJ involved, and maybe Big Justice ends up winning the title. Yeah, it's just going to be a random 21 people, apparently. So it's not a gauntlet. That's why they call it a Blackjack Battle Royal. Because you don't want to spoil, like, if TK's going to, why not have Willie to return too soon? Too soon. Also, do you want to do it on a pre-show or do you want to do it on the pay-per-view? Because right now on the pre-show, we got the Battle Royal, and we also got Willow Nightingale, Lena Cross for the TBS title. Jamie returned at the pay-per-view. It's fair. I'll give you that, Nats. Just the fact there's like 60,000 people watching at that time. You can sort of spoil it when you have a 60,000 person crowd. A 10,000 crowd is a little bit different. I get it. It's a big moment. And I don't know if they'd actually sell more seats by having him show up there. Let's say Hangman is hanging him up. Here's the thing, and this is something that Cody refused to do with the stipulation that I think Hangman will. See, face Hangman is all about his honor, his pride, working very hard. Heel Hangman? He don't give a shit what he said before. Said, oh, no, that Hangman, yeah, he's not going to fight for the title. This Hangman will. Or do they flip the title? It wouldn't be the worst. It sucked for MJF, don't get me wrong. But storyline-wise, I don't know. You can go either way. I don't think it's going to hurt. Yeah, and DLW, I'm with you. I'm like, what if Hangman just wins? I don't think there's anything that bad about it happening. If Hangman just comes out and straight out beats MJF, MJF will have an out because he's not that kind of wrestler. And I'm sure there's going to be some sort of shenanigans that are going to cost him here. And for me, what I think might happen in this case, I think Swerve comes out and costs Hangman the shot. Because Swerve wants that title. Swerve wants that title, and if he can make sure that Hangman never fights for it, yeah, like I said, we're going to miss the first match. We're in a commercial break right now, and once we come back from commercial, we'll probably get right into it. So I think it's just easier for Hangman just to win because I can't see how Hangman gets around the stip somewhere down the line. He'll just say, fuck it. My word. You guys actually believe me? To hell with you. Either that or he wins a casino gauntlet to get another shot. Because you can always go that way as well. But yeah, Bandito and Andrade, I heard, and we're going to see it tonight to see the final results of it, but I heard this one that's coming up tonight with Dorada and Andrade was absolutely amazing. So could we have the possibility of having Andrade matches on TV back-to-back days being absolute bangers? Probably. It would not surprise me one little bit. Yeah, this was pre-taped on Wednesday. This was right after Dynamite this week because they're in California. We're still on fucking NASCAR. No, TK sort of made it a rule now that all pre-pay-per-view tapings are double taping on Wednesday. He's doing it here for Revolution. The show I'm actually going to be at in Edmonton. Yeah, I saw that. Kevin Knight won by pinfall. Doesn't surprise me because he's got a pay-per-view match tomorrow. So we'll just give him the coin for that. And They're doing the same thing in Edmonton for Dynasty, right? Because the go home show for Dynasty is going to be in Edmonton for a double taping, which be a little tighter on the wrestlers because Dynamite will be from 6 to 8 local, and then Collision will be taped after that. Still not horrible time wise. We're going to be out of there by 10 o'clock. And it makes sense to run all this stuff as a double taping on Wednesday, because if somebody happens to get injured during the show, you're not doing any kind of panic rebooking. You can actually cut out a segment, cut out a match, retape something, and put it out there to adjust a title match or anything, right? Having Max on my PS5 is so clutch. I'm glad I cut UTT. That's fair. And I just have standard TV, right? And they're having all these goddamn interviews that nobody gives two shits about that they watch online. Oh, Chase Briscoe here going to say that you got to thank the Toyota Racing and the Freebird Mobile One, Lance, Great Clips, Daytona car, and for the spinny and the bushy, and I thought I had a chance, but then this guy come past me, and any relation to Mark and Jay? No, he's white. And I mean pale white. Like, ugh. Plus also he's a NASCAR driver. Hendricks is owned by Michael That's fair. That's right, because he showed up on Raw one night, right? That car? Like, we've had some weird appearances show up on Raw, which doesn't really surprise me either way, but... Hey, Mr. Zodiac. I can't wait for Arrival. I can't wait for Collision either. Because, frankly, I can't watch it yet. How you doing tonight, sir? We got more NASCAR on right before, so... But yeah, no, your buddy MCG is going to be on third, and thanks to his character coming in and screaming at me, we don't need a wheel tonight for a stipulation, but I'll let you guys know right before. Where's Collision? The Heidi rule. If anybody doesn't know what the Heidi rule is, Knight and Clone had a great match. I heard. I'm going to have to watch it tomorrow. Good thing I'm off tomorrow. But if you guys aren't familiar with the Heidi rule, we've talked about this. Because of the NFL fucking up and running a game long and CBS changing over to a movie when the game was still on, TV now has a rule that they have to finish the previous sporting event before they can go on to the next thing. If you guys really want to complain about it for me, do me a favor, go on X, find my profile, and just retweet what I just put out there. I sent a message to Tony Khan about, I'm probably going to send him an email tomorrow. Like, this is bullshit already. Like, honestly, sending it to Bell would be one thing. Black flag, yeah. No, I'm not going to Oh, sorry. On my prompter, it just shows a black flag. On the other one, it's there. VPN US. Moral conscience says wait. Search your feelings. You don't. Yeah, okay. I'm not turning to the dark side. If you guys start gifting subs, that'll come up on the screen, but that's not where I'm going. But yeah, yeah, and Davis is going to squash Commander just like it's basically a preview of the six-man tag title match tonight, or tomorrow night, which is going to be an absolute banger. Hell, Folks, on that card, is there a bad match on the card, really? I don't think there is. There usually isn't. Pay to watch or do not. Yeah, you get what you pay for. Yeah. Miss Doyle, yeah, he's probably... Timeline for Doyle's probably all in. I'm thinking all in... yeah, all in... no, all in is in August.
Hey, I got a hockey record. I took my skate off and tried to stab somebody. I'm the only guy who ever did that.
Yeah, that's what I feel like some days. It's what I feel like right now. Down to 233,000. Yeah, I know. You got a fair bit to use. Now we're going to show freaking replays of the race. Nobody cares. We know you won. And your wife almost mugged you. Because now she won an extra $5,000 for, chitlins and gravy for the kids at home. I don't know. I don't know about American cuisine. Sorry, Southern cuisine. We don't care about photos. We care about wrestling. Gone through alternative sources. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, how is your elbow? Like, I know you had to go see the doctor pretty bad here earlier this week. AEW always has good pay-per-views. Look at every match. Yeah, fair enough. Scabbed, all right. Leave the scabs alone. Don't play with them too much. I know it's probably the worst thing about having an injury like that. Yeah, Davis versus Commander. Commander has probably his biggest claim to fame on AEW TV. Not only as being the Ring of Honor TV champion for a time, he was also, not this year's C2, but last year's C2. He was the man who upset Claudio in the last match at Hammerstein in the C2 to cost him his spot at the... He's gone for more of a black and gold kind of gear now. And I get fitting in a little bit more with the atmosphere of a Ring of Honor setting, because if you guys aren't familiar, they are going with a TV setup right now. There's filming similarly to the way that they do on whatchamacallit, the way TNA does, except the fact they use a smaller venue. They're using NWA, basically venue size of the NWA, while bonsai on the ape. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me with Davis. Davis is like one of the big meaty men slapping meat kind of guys. So, Andre, before I forget, you're going to want to be here right for when Arrival starts, because you're going to be able to find out your opponent for the main event if you win your match. I mentioned it earlier tonight. I could break it out now, and I'll put it up before we get going here. There's the breakdown of the card, if anybody's asking. We're going to be opening up with Willow Nightingale against Walker Pipe Guy, followed by Andre C. and Ophelia Payne. So, basically, Willow heard Walker talking on the stream about how she should go second. And anytime you tell a woman to do something, she always does the opposite. So, we're going to have to see how that goes. But yeah, Match order, if I do remember off the top of my head properly here. The 2 semis, wild card title, cage match, women's trios, tag match, main event. And that'll be the order that we're going in tonight. Tag match gets semi-main in the ladder match. So I don't even know if MCG is going to be able to make it to that tag title match after what he's probably going to have to put himself through here. Oh my God! It is 6:30. We're finally getting Collision. Oh my God! We're actually getting wrestling now. Beat what? Did Willow or that pipe wanker? Yeah, no kidding. We're joining in fucking progress. You piece of shh. Sorry, I don't have a bleeper, but. So if anybody's watching in Canada, they can switch over to their TVs again. Forgive me. Had to miss because of NASCAR. Becoming a weekly thing. There we go. Yeah, folks, if you do have my X account, please go right now. Retweet my last one here just because yeah. I want TK to respond to something here. Went and saw TMNT's Secret of the Youth. Oh, that's right. You got those tickets you won, right? Hope Adam's doing well. I hope his character is going to do horribly tonight because, well, if you guys don't see, he's facing me tonight. But let's take that off of there so we can get back into this here. I do like the fact that Davis still has his hand bandaged up. If you guys weren't around, I believe it was a week and a half ago, Mark Davis took on John Moxley in a Continental title quarrel, eliminator, sorry. And in a spot, Davis went to go punch the post. Or punch Moxley on the outside against the post. He missed. And got his post. And his knuckle was actually bleeding. That's the stretch of, I think 5 matches in a row where Moxley's opponent was bleeding, but Moxley wasn't. Which, if that isn't the definition of Bizarro Land, I don't know what is. You got to think that Moxley just going absolutely insane for the fact that everybody else can bleed, but Damn. You know that Commander knows how to work with big men. Like, for all his work down in Mexico, they did have a few pretty solid posts down there. And one post I'd love to see come back that hasn't been around for a while now. I think it would have to be, like, the one guy I'd like to see come back that hasn't been around for a while due to injury. The Machine Brian Cage. Like, he went out with a tricep I think it was a hip injury, and then he found out his tricep was fucked. So right before he was about to come back, he went for surgery on his tricep. So oh, Commander, you got to sell that better. So if you aren't sure about what he was doing there, usually Davis bounces his opponent off the top rope there. And Dorada just, nope, I'm just going to move. Or Commander's like, nope, I'm just moving anyway. One thing I've learned, never use somebody else's finisher to try to win matches. You're never going to win. Oh, yeah, this is over. Well, the area code kick, and then he tried to go for the frog splash. And Davis, it is scary how powerful Davis is. The way that he picks up for that pile driver. Don't get me wrong, Commander's like maybe 60 pounds soaking wet kind of deal, but Davis does that to almost everybody. But yeah, the first quarter, I don't want to say first quarter of the show because I didn't get to watch first quarter of the show. Not that I'm bitter or anything. Davis slowing get better shape too. Yeah, like, hey, it's Disco Inferno. Oh, they're showing the same promo they had on Wednesday. So happy Davis finally getting a good push. Loved him as part of Aussie Open NJPW. Could be the answer to losing Hop. Yeah, very well could be. What are you talking about? It was official on Wednesday, Shivani. Don't get stupid. Oh, yeah, Tornado Trios match. They're just going to go at it. So, if everyone's banned from ringside, does that mean they just get to show up and do whatever outside of ringside? I'm finally glad they're not calling a mega bad, these two, because that's reserved for Penelope. So we know it's going to be a good match. I want to know what you guys are going to say about what. I find it funny that the ROH World Title isn't on the line, so that makes me feel I wonder who's going to win that one. When it comes to that tag title match between FTR and the Bucks, what do you need to see from it? Because we've already seen it 3 times. And we know it's going to be a good match regardless. Don't even kid ourselves here. It's like obvious. I really do like the coloring, by the way, for this setup. The purple and the yellow. It is Lakers colors, I get it. And they are Crypto.com, which was the former home of the Lakers. Bucks versus FTR is going to be my shit break of the show. Give 0 shits about it. And I get that. And I'll be honest, the last couple times we've seen FTR out here defending the titles, it's been getting very formulaic. Like, stylistic wise, it's absolutely great. But it's this. Hate they're starting at 8. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's funny because when I get our work calendar set up for the year and we could book our days off, first thing I do, I take 2 days from the day of the pay-per-view and the day after. And those are my first ones I book right away. You liked FTR versus The Rock? It was okay. I would say out of the ones, like, I'm sorry, but the last pay-per-view match with FTR and the Bang Bang Gang, which I love both teams, that match was shit. That match was the piss break match. A lot of good momentum for that show died with that match. And that's the only thing I'm worried about here. And the Bucks and FTR should never have one of those matches where they're the reason the momentum's killed. They should never be the two teams that have that problem. But, funny though, I have to stop watching the pay-per-view tomorrow to interview Mitch Clark. Okay. Next episode of Pop Shop Presents. Nice. By the way, folks, if you're not following our YouTube channel, the link is down below. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. There is one up there already with T.Y. Jackson as well as Kamikaze. I love people. I really do. Especially trolls. All right, good. My post is getting a little bit of traction now. I like that. Sorry, it's a Canada thing. Just way too polite for our own cause for some reason here, but no, the Pop Shop Presents, it's been a very good show, as well as the Pop Spot. Sorry, I gotta get that word down better. You know me and the English language don't get too good together. Bruh. Too much of that going on. So we're going to come back from the break. I think this is probably where we're going to get Dorada and Idolo. Him card read good. Yeah. Oh, we're talking. By the way, Ophelia, good to see you here tonight. Well, it looks like we're starting to get the lineup of people that we're going to have in this. Oh, and Ophelia, if you weren't here earlier, your match is going to be second on the pay-per-view tonight. We're going to be opening with Willow and Walker, followed by yourself and Andre here. So, always got to plug this when I can here tonight. This is actually going to be a fun night. Our last night with WWE 2K25. Need to kick it. Well, Andre, there you go. Here comes the fights. Oh, this is going to be a fun match. So if you haven't heard, we are going to be getting into 26 as well. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get everything together. I know Walker's working on his characters a little bit. Mine aren't that bad because I usually just rip off other wrestlers and just change some faces, change some colors, and we're good to go. So we're getting an All in the Ring match, folks. Still need to buy that's talk. Yeah. Hey, we got toxic people in here. What's going on here? I don't know enough about these wrestlers to go with it here. Oh, we got spiders in the chat. Somebody get me a fly swatter. No, in all seriousness, this is going to be a Andre. What?
Timeout.
It's not 1980. Tekla gave you epilepsy. I'm just glad that that's the only thing she gave you right now. And I don't know if you want to talk about epilepsy too much with what happened this week here. We talked about it off the start of the show. I need pills for the other thing. All right, well, you're getting that one there too. Just cutting sultry calm. See, Ophelia, I appreciate, I'll be honest. If you compare a shouty promo to a Jake Roberts promo, I will take a Jake Roberts promo any day. Just because when Jake Roberts used to call promos, and I'll get back to the Viva Van thing in a sec here. When Jake Roberts called a promo, he talked just calmly and subtly enough that he'd make you want to get closer to your microphone. Then he's going to throw something out big time at you. And I was busy giving out that statement that the whole match decided to finish. And I love Viva Van's getting the chance too. I do believe she is to Ring of Honor. But now the Ring of Honor's doing the once a month TV tapings. Referee Tekla wanted the ref to give her her mic. He's too busy putting the belt on. Said, okay, fair enough. Loud then quiet, then loud, then quiet, then loud. Fair enough. You get that ebbs and flows thing going on. I'll go with Samoa Joe, actually. See, this is why we couldn't have Statlander on the PLE tonight. She's too busy getting ready for the world title. And Julia Hart just died. Jesus! See, if she straps her in the pay-per-view, that's losing a fall. What the hell? Son tells me Tekla's used to doing stuff like this. Could have busted out the PPW Supersonic Jet to get... No, she wanted to focus on the show. No, Stat, don't whip her. I'll take her place. This has got to be like, yeah, like her back's not going to hurt next week. Yeah, I was going to say, like, just think about this. This is a segment with Chris Statlander for a wrestling match. Clark Connors has to put up with this every single day. She's freaking bleeding in the back and still looking for more. No, she hit her with a buckle. Schiavone, got to see the finer details here. Clark Connors having PTSD in catering, or I'll just throw that there because it seems like we're doing a lot of this tonight. Now that I have the bigger stream deck, I am going to look for some more sounds. Now that it's just coming down to just figuring out and getting time, right? This interesting way to do it. Am I doing a revolution? Absolutely, we will be here tomorrow. Let me. I actually have the graphic all ready to go already for tomorrow. So, if you're watching on Twitch, you're seeing the change over YouTube. It takes a little bit more work, but yeah, we'll be here tomorrow. And I do have the open door if anybody wants to pop in. I actually do have my multi-tap screen available, so if anybody wants to get involved there, feel free. What happened to the Russian accent that Marina had? She's activated to the US. I'll give you that one. Oh, acclimated. That was a quick acclimation. Death Riders reprogrammed her? Maybe. Well, she's definitely, her neck got strong. I thought her neck was always strong. Oh, this will be fun. We finally get to see the Bang Bang Gang back on TV. Even though they are going to lose, but her local VPN. The US. I don't want to talk about VPNs because, you know, this might... Next thing you know, we're going to hear this. I love this stream deck. It is scary right now. Sorry, I don't mean to go on a side tangent here. I have 80 buttons sitting in front of me here, and I have to figure out which one to push at all the times. I still haven't got them all loaded yet, but we're working on it. Yeah, honestly, Ricochet... Has there... You like to push buttons? I'm just going to go with that one for that one there. Or...
Uh-oh.
Hey, Ophelia, if you want, feel free to pop in. We can either do... you can either do on screen or you can do on Discord. I don't care. I got ways to fix everything, so... Bang, bang, gang, guns up! Now, it's nice to see these guys back on screen. I know that it sucks that we haven't seen Jay White in forever. And Chad, hear me out. Hear me out. What if, and more often than not, Darby gets destroyed in matches, right? What if the dogs destroy Darby? Then after the match, Jay White shows up. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Andre. Bang Bang Gang versus the dogs. What if what if Jay White shows up along with Juice, along with Austin? I don't know if Colton's ready to go yet. I think he's still got a ways away yet. But going back to my original point, would you maybe consider that Ricochet might, maybe Jay surprise entering the Blackjack Battle Royal? Wouldn't hurt my feelings. Honestly, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. Oh, here we go. The eye drink pop right now. My eye drink, well, you can see the red can. You can sort of identify the company. I don't want to give them extra advertising here. If Coke wants to sponsor me, well, that's a whole different story amongst itself, but I'm a cheap bastard that way, so. Mike doing Coke on stream? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like worried about this kind of stuff. I had some stock in Coke. Good stuff. Hey. As long as the economy doesn't crash, which, you know, depending on the day of the week, everybody says whether it is or isn't. You probably know better than most of us, Zodiac, about that, so. So just a reminder, I will be here 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll put the YouTube reference up here probably first thing tomorrow morning. Just need Chris Bay to get back in the ring, then leave TNA to join Bang Bang Gang in AEW. I wouldn't mind seeing ABC in AEW, but I more just want to see Chris Bay get back in 100%. Oh, crashing? Okay. No, 0 hour starts at 7 p.m. East. Sorry. I'll be here 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain. That's when 0 hour starts. The pay-per-view starts at 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Mountain. So, adjust accordingly. Because it is, yeah, yeah, they're in conventional pay-per-view times, so. Okay, so yeah, 0 hour starts at 8 for you. Yeah, you're on that East Coast. Zodiac talks about it being late on a Sunday night. You got it even later. That's right. Yeah. One of the highlights of that promotion for the year. Yeah, it's tough with that promotion. Like, and the funny part is they have their next show here next week, 2 weeks from now. I really want to just chime out how long until they burn another venue. So many stupid things happening at indie shows now, and even it gets frustrating. Like hell, even you got Al Snow who's talking about somebody's going to die in an AEW ring, and then his promotion has what happens there. Okay, yeah, next Friday then. Next Thursday. No, I'm glad that you got, Friday. What day's the LPW show then? The Saturday? Oh, they're doing Friday, Saturday instead. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad they're doing Friday, Saturday. Oh, God bless Juice. Now I know where Tony. I know where Tony's one of Tony's inspirations is. You got to admit that's probably the zaniest couple in wrestling right now. Like, yes, there are a lot of couples in wrestling, but I don't know if you'd see any two crazier ones than that. I love trolling people. Sorry, there's a guy in my thread that just can't stand Shivani, and I'm like, dude, if you hate it that much, turn the channel. I always remember Daniel Bryan stole his earth-loving gimmick from Juice Robinson. That's fair. Well, let's face it, when it comes to most gimmicks, haven't they been really stolen by somebody? Oh, God. Juice is dead. Oh, wait. No, here comes Austin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of the wrestling that's coming up here over the next month, even locally here. Like, we got AEW coming in. We have Mystery Wrestling coming in with Taka Michinoku. They're going to be here on the 26th. I actually got off my wallet and bought a ticket for that, so. But yeah, and if you guys didn't get a chance to check out Mystery Wrestling earlier today, the breaking news out of that is London Lightning is now the Mystery Pro Wrestling Champion, who won all the marbles today in a victory over Stu Grayson. Very fun match. I will admit I missed the first match, so I know, Ophelia, I know you're a regular watching Mystery Wrestling.
One more for the good guys.
Sharif, thank you for joining into the Players Club. Welcome, joining the Players Pit, sorry, not the club. The club, you gotta get your subscription for here. Enjoy the food, enjoy the company, watch out for the punch. I think it's spiked. Yeah, London Lamenting ended up winning the title off they did a whole nice vignette at the end with RJ City and Jason Exile, who's actually alive. Or maybe you're not alive. You got to watch the vignette to figure out what I'm talking about here. So just do yourself a favor. MysteryWrestling.com. Sign up for the Patreon. All the previous shows are on there. And you're not going to get disappointed. There's even some local talent that's been on there before. I only spiked the punch one time. Can we move? Was you? I've been blaming MCG for what? It's 5 years now? It was you? You're getting the full 12 seconds of this. I hate London. He was always so bland and boring every time I watched him. Hey, you know what? People have very limited gimmicks that can actually turn into something very special. McGee's balls are now suspect. Oh, great. The RJ cameo at the end was great today. Yeah, absolutely it was. Today's show, I actually missed the first match. So when they were talking about the story, they were talking about the story of the match. I didn't know about the attack at the beginning of the show and whatnot. I came in right when Cecil Nix got into his karaoke match. Which I'm just like, all right, well, this is background for me right now. You put weed in the scone? Were those the scones that we threw out because they smell funny? They had a prisoner in the first match, kept trying to... Oh, that's right, I remember that. I didn't know there was weed in there. I'm a good innocent boy. I don't deal with that stuff. I'll be honest, I've just been allergic to it, and at work they made us sign a no weed at work contract, and the way that it was worded, basically, if you got caught anytime on that. Andre's a bad... Yeah, I know. And oh, I know I'm far from innocent. Trust me. We all have our little demons that we attack here, so... But, oh God. Okay, that's gotta suck. Austin getting worked over here completely. So have any of you guys looked to pick up the DC AEW comic yet? I know McGee, I know he's not in here quite yet. He'll probably show up for the PLE tonight. I hope so. He's in 2 title matches. This bad man is going to break you and become... God. Andre just hates people in general, I find. It's just the thing. All right, here comes Juice. I love the fact that Juice is the one getting the hot tag here. Because Juice has always been... Mike's right. Hey, everyone. Yeah, you do. We know that already. So, oh, God. Left arm lariat. Juice is already on fire here, and I love this. I know that I know the Bang Bang Gang have been working on trying to get the trios titles out of ROH. Men, women, non-berry, cats, dogs, aliens, hate everyone. Yeah, that's just, you're a bitter person. We know that. How do I feel what looks like trunks over the pants? Don't make it look sloppy. I don't care. And anything that produces extra layers in case of ripping. Because I know some indie wrestlers that would actually put their trunks over their pants because they actually ripped their pants. And they didn't want to have to pay for... Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that slam dunk like that. Come on now. So, just a reminder about Collision the next 2 weeks, which actually might be a godsend because of NASCAR. We might actually be getting a little later start for Collision the next couple weeks due to the NCAA tournament. As long as the tights don't look like a diaper, yeah. So yeah, at the latest tapings down for ROH, the Bang Bang Gang were actually going after Shane Taylor Promotions in the Trios titles. So hopefully they get an opportunity to focus on them. That was pretty awesome there with Famous Sir. How is Remsburg not dead? And Ricochet comes in out of nowhere with the spirit gun. Oh, the Bang Bang Gang's dead. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be, right? Because he was mocking Ricochet. It was rocking Osprey when he did it. I'm surprised we don't get more people out here who are going to be part of the Blackjack Battle Royal. I guess not. We're just going to cut away from this. The girl's like, yeah, I don't have any more mics. They all killed him. Tunk. This crowd doesn't want anything to do with it. I just find it funny that I was just thinking about what I was saying earlier. Dave Meltzer was in attendance for this show, right? His thoughts were, oh, see, I wanted him to say 21, 33 and a half, 141 and 3/4. All right, good promo. I wonder if we are going to get a surprise here. We should. Oh God, Perry with a knife. I just want to see that if you guys didn't know, Jack Perry actually was one of the people that we had a promoter who resided in Calgary that actually pulled his passport. So they couldn't get back across the border and go home. So then they were forced to wrestle. Perry didn't steal Jay White's knife pervert gimmick. It's more of a Crocodile Dundee gimmick. And the other thing is they've actually showed the vignettes of Perry actually building his own knives. Because Perry was actually the guy that started the tradition of changing the look of the TNT title to whoever is owning it. Like he set up as he's playing with knives, he's a knife pervert. He plays with a lot of metal. And puts a lot of metal pieces together and whatnot, so. No, what I was saying earlier, Meltzer was at this show, and he said the crowd was live for all the... So he's a metal pervert?
Bruh.
I'll just throw that there. Either that or you're just trying to do this to me. I don't want to get DMCA'd too much. Now, Meltzer said the crowd was loud throughout the entire thing except for the Persephone Willow match, which makes me wonder about the legitimacy of his comment, because I get it. A lot of people might not know who Persephone is in their building, but they sure as hell know who she is by the time she walked out. And I'm sure they're going to find a way to build her up a little bit more. And not just via some ROH matches, which she got in. Apparently, she's gotten some absolute bangers there, so. But yeah, I'm just trying to remember exactly what we got left on the card here. We got about 45 minutes left on the show. The collision that we've been able to see on USA has been really good, yeah. And that's the thing. All right, what do we got left on the... We only got 2 matches left. We got Lena Cross and Mina Shirakawa and Dorada and El Idolo. And if Walker, if you're piping in here... just thank you for sending out the inclusion in your Discord. By the way, if you got any friends, any enemies, anybody that you want to check out Backbreaker Pro Wrestling after we're done here, we got a star-studded card. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I actually have a special arena for the show. Just finished some re-details on it today, so hope you guys are all going to enjoy it. That's going to start about 15 after. Wanker pipe guy. Hey, he sold more tickets to you than you for the show tonight. So you be quiet. Indie show rules, right? The fuck? Sorry, I just walk into Tony Storm lying on a floor. Okay, Andre, I see you there. And I see Ophelia right next to you. Just keep talking. That's all I can say. Keep talking. Circus Timeless. For some reason, I think Tony knows how to work a whip really well a lot of the time, which I'll just do that. Zodiac, I'm going to get ahead of you right now, so you don't have to worry about it. Lena Cross taking on Mina Shirakawa here. Lena should have her own music for a solo match. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I think they're really trying to push over. They might even have like Lena come out to this music, because this is sort of the gimmick they want to do with her. That they're both like Roman goddesses, which I'm not gonna argue in the slightest. I think this match coming up at the pay-per-view is going to be very surprising to a lot of people. Oh. Sorry, Philly, I had to approve a word there. Mina is... I love Mina as well. And Mina's there. You know, she's working with Tony. She's being that lovable loser in many ways here. But Mina is, more than anything else in 2025, she is the living example of Tony Khan listening to the fans. My Tony Khan listens to us moment of the year last year. If you guys don't remember, back in the Philadelphia in-service, Mina got new music. It was After All In. And I believe it was a multi-person match that she was getting involved in. It was a 4-way. And all the music they did is absolute trash compared to people. People just like, what the hell is this? Nobody wants this. The crowd hated it. Online hated it. Before the end of the match, TK had it already switched back to her original music when she won the match. This should be a very fun match here tonight. Want to see her wrestle in Edmonton here in 3 weeks? Three and a half weeks, and they're here in Edmonton for their double taping. So, for those that are wondering, the April shows, at least the first 2 are going to be double tapings. The first in Winnipeg and the 8th in Edmonton. Mina's one of your favorites. She's everybody. There isn't really anybody I think that really hates Mina. I just wish she would win more. Like, good on TK for giving her the TV title in the meantime that Red Velvet was injured. How are you gonna do a watch along of the? That's gonna be. I've missed 3 watch alongs this year. In 4 years, I think I've missed 1, 2, 3. I missed 5 watch alongs. This will be the 3rd one that I've missed due to the fact that I'm actually going to be at the show. You never know. I might pop on live somewhere before the show or whatnot outside the building. But the other 2 were due to a noon start time versus a regular start time back in December. Booked the 8th and the 9th. Those are my normal days off, so I got lucky. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are my normal days off. I was actually contemplating booking the week and maybe going to Vancouver, but the wallet said, hang on, we're not going to do that this year. Maybe next year. The goal is to get out there a little bit next year. Especially if that rumor, like the rumor from last year comes true and they move Revolution to the Rogers Center next March before the Blue Jays play there. Because that was one of the big talking points we had last year, that they were going to give Adam Copeland's last match in AEW to Revolution in good old Toronto. Braden and David from Post Wrestling might be coming in the Edmonton show before going to Vancouver. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's good to make connections on shows like this. Like, I know I've had some bad luck since COVID when it comes to going to shows. I think, what? The first show that I went to post-COVID, I ended up getting COVID from, that was the Raw on my birthday. That was, I think, 2023. It was here in Edmonton that night, which cost me a few extra days off work, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And then I'm one of these guys that just waits till the last minute to buy tickets normally, because I'm the guy that, well, let's face it, we're all cheap here these days, but AEW is affordable, but if I can get it even more affordable, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, right? Because, you know, it's all about that cash money, y'all. Well, yeah, just as we're going through all this and just watching everything come together, AEW is just on such a great streak right now. And I hope you all see it here. And, like, there's so much wrestling going on right now, and people are lining up for big shows. We know Mania Week's coming up here in the middle of April, which a lot of the smaller promotions are moving over to the whole week in Vegas thing. It'll be interesting to see how it goes next year on what they're planning on doing. Because from what we've heard, Saudi has actually talked to GCW about maybe doing a show over there. To be honest, I don't see many indies going over there. That's why I've always thought that maybe Double or Nothing or Revolution should have their own, like, have a dedicated week to that. Could you imagine a week-long wrestling event in Toronto? All the venues they have available in that. So I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be hella supported. I really hope GCW doesn't go. Imagine Saudi's big gay bro. Oh, Effie's already said he ain't going, even if they do say that. I seriously think that none of the indies aren't going to be going over there. Peggy, thank you for the Fightful post there. I just reposted it there. Good, and that's a very interesting topic too. Like, we've had Daniel Bryan, who turned into Bryan Danielson. We've had Adam Copeland. Different people that weren't able to get cleared by doctors for the longest time to be able to wrestle. And now you got Steph DeLander, who made her return in ACW tonight. Hell of a show from early reports. But the fact that she's able to get in the ring, and TNA just basically said, yeah, it's fine. Your next fine. We don't care if your next fine. We don't plan to see you in the ring anymore. Which is one of the dumbest things in the world. I hope Tony moves Double or Nothing to April, the weekend before Mania, and does a big weekend with the indie companies. See, Andre, the reason that he won't do that is very simple. He does these on long weekends. That's why he doesn't mind doing the Sundays for the most part. Double or Nothing is on the Memorial Day long weekend in the States. All In is during the bank weekend in August in England. So his two big shows are located on long weekends already, so he's not going to move them. That's why I say you have more likely of an opportunity to do it. Easter's a lot earlier. That's the thing. Let me find out right now. Yeah, it's actually the last week of March next year. Yeah. Sorry, thank you, Ophelia. Sorry about that. So it's even earlier. Like, if you're gonna do that, Lena does a jackhammer. She already gets my vote. If you guys don't know, in BPW, that is my finisher. No spear needed is what I call it. To be frank, the reason I took the move is because that's probably the one move I physically could do as a finisher. The jerk hammer. I believe that you guys do the super kick party. Do they have a date for Mania next year yet? It's probably going to be. They don't want to announce it early because that way everybody can move it around. To me, that's probably the more likely thing about it. Because they don't want to. Like it's how AEW doesn't announce a lot of their road dates until closer to the actual day of the show. But with that being said, we only got one match left on the card here tonight, folks. And if you're new here, the new tradition around here that we do is prior to the main event, I give you guys a bit of a rundown of what's coming up here on the channel for the next week. So, and as you've seen me flash it up here for a while, BPW Rival will be happening. Start time around 8:15 tonight, Mountain Time, so 10:15 Eastern. We're going to be starting off with Willow Nightingale versus Walker Pipe Guy. And then Andre C versus Ophelia Payne. We're going there. Yeah, I'm flashing too. You know, just that's why if you watch on both streams, you see that my lower body is not on screen. There's a reason for that. So we're just going to leave it there. Coming up tomorrow will be the AEW Revolution Sidecast. We will be here 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, as we're checking out the first PLE of 2026 for AEW. Oh, God. You guys are amazing. Monday will be a bit of a wild card day. We're either going to get back into Tomb Raider or get back into MLB The Show. Tuesday, we will be here. Kenny Omega is in Street Fighter 6 as Alex. If you guys go check out his character briefing, they even use a Scott Steiner promo in that. We're going to get in there. We're going to go through the story. We'll get some matches in. Get back to the Fight Club a little bit. Wednesday, we will be here with AEW Dynamite. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do for 26. Because I don't have Backbreaker ready for 26 yet. Arrival Aftermath, Season 2 will start on 26. So I need to get the characters together before we do anything. Until I can get a confirmed date for the venue, I am not going to be putting anything out for that. So either we're probably going to we might do the island, we might do we have to do a whole bunch of stuff to unlock shit anyway, so we might as well just get into some of it while on stream here. My GM, I'm looking at doing something a little different this year in terms of how we show things on here, because the grind weeks really don't mean a whole lot to a lot of people, so we might just do the preview weeks. And then Thursday will be Tomb Raider if we don't finish it earlier in the week. And that will be 10 streams in 10 days. Because today marks the 5-day mark of our 10 streams in 10 days, celebrating 15 years as a content creator, which started on Tuesday. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't already. If you really like what you see, consider subscribing. Anything that comes in via subscriptions, donations, bits, goes back to the channel. And just so you know, tomorrow we will have a special on gift subs. 35% off for 5 gift subs. And then most importantly, thank you for being here. This has been one of the most highly attended, most highly anticipated shows we've had so far on both platforms, and I can't do this without you guys. So once again, everybody, thank you. And let's make these next few years something special here. I got some special plans made up. I just haven't revealed them because, frankly, every time I think about doing a video, I don't do video. Where is it here?
You idiot!
Yeah, I've been saying that to myself quite a bit. So I got some interesting stuff coming up here, folks. So be prepared for some awesomeness here. So, but speaking of awesomeness, let me get this off the screen as we get back into it here. $15 more. I'm 46. I will be 62 at that point. Could you imagine if I'm still doing this at 62? That is going to be a gimmick in itself. So I got such a laugh. Alex Queen of the Ring is just dying and begging for the ability to be at ringside for their match. Hey, that's cool. We had somebody here who so if you guys haven't heard of community creations for 2K26, there's a Bunk Tuesday 44 has created all 9 CFL teams into wrestlers for 2K26. Canadian Football League, if you guys are wondering. So there's one for every team. Unfortunately, there's a bug right now that makes them undownloadable, but it's the first week that the games come out. I haven't even been able to get my Hendry, my free Hendry for pre-ordering yet. So apparently there's a glitch on that right now, so they're working on fixing that. CFL. I appreciate your thoughts on the CFL, sir. By the way, for anybody that's wondering about the 2K26, the Premier packs, like the digital deluxe editions. In Canada, and this is just coming from the Xbox, I looked at it yesterday. It's $20 extra for the Monday Night Wars pack. It's $26 more for the DX pack or whatever it is, the Attitude Era pack. So you're paying an extra $50 for both. If you bought the regular edition. Myself, I'm probably buying through both of them because, well, if we're going to be creating characters and that, we're going to need the models and we'll need all that extra stuff. So, and we'll get the extra arenas that we can use. Even though we will have two secluded arenas as well as PLE venues all across the world. I think Don Callis really does enjoy seeing. I think Callis really enjoys Shivani being out there and not Riccaboni, for the fact that Callis gets to be the alpha male for this. So do we think Andrade tries to take a picture with Bandito's sister tomorrow? I don't know. Is she worth getting a picture with? Let me correct myself. Of course she is. And yes, probably. I have to say that, I will be Andrade. Man, I wish there was a take a sip button for you guys in the chat. That's one thing I got to work on here. Chug a lug, both of you. Thirsty, thirsty people. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Shame. As I take a drink myself. Yep, I know. Just Chiquito Miguel. Yeah, okay. Fine. Yeah. Yes, Ophelia, you are the patron saint around here. Oh, where is it here? Ophelia, you are the magic patron saint around here. The innocent one. Oh, here we go. Can I be... Here's a little crazy thought. And my personal feelings right now. Andrade and Charlotte both got win-win since the breakup of their relationship. Fucking Callis. Did you hear that with Callis? I only hope so because it would be good eat. Because I'm an angel. I'm like,
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
I've been waiting to use that one all night long. Thanks, Andre. You managed to fit that one in there perfectly. Latino heat. I'm almost ready to stretch out into a song at this point, so. Would never lie.
You left your house and walked into mine.
Walker! Holy crap, 41 months. And stumbling in from the right, we are ready for a ride. Well, Frick, I was almost going to have to call the bell on you because you're opening the show tonight. After your Oh, it's the wanker pipe. You guys have fun fighting. If you didn't hear, Willow heard the comments that you said on Wednesday's stream after War Games, talking about how Willow should be second and scouting and whatnot, and you forgot the golden rule and never try and tell a woman what to do, so she decided, no, she's going first. Oh, Jesus. Like, with these two guys, it's simple. You just keep throwing this out here all the time. But the problem is, these two do it so easily here. I find it funny that this match is going to finish on time. The one night that we're not going to be able to watch the first quarter of the show. But Walker, thank you once again for the sub. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you here. And just, yeah, Walker, pipe pop it in here with another sub for the month. It's special. Steak was mid at the camp, more spice from the peanut gallery, thinking they'd taken my belt. You know what? So, since a bunch of you are in here and I don't get a chance to send messages, the one thing I'm hoping to do with season 2, now that I got season 1 down and I know what the hell I'm doing, once we get the roster put up, if I can get the booking down a little bit earlier, which I should be able to, I pretty much booked 3 weeks in advance during season 1 here. If you guys are interested in actually doing promos to put on the show, like IRL promos, I have no problem with taking them in and adding them into the show as little videos. I have the power to do that now. That's why I got 80 buttons in front of me, because I can punch one and it'll automatically take me to your video. So, well, no, even if you do it off your phone, I don't care. We can do it that way. So, and you just send them in to me on Discord and we go from there. So, just some food for thought when we finally get into season 2. Once we finish down, I will say this, folks. I found a content creator that actually has created the entire AEW roster for 2K26. So I think in terms of downloads, those are going to be the first ones I throw in there, and then we'll work from there. Because a little cheat for you guys. When it comes to the majority of the characters that I create, I literally take another character that's already been put together and then just maybe change a finisher and then change the look, and we're good to go. I even forget who I used for myself, to be perfectly honest. I think I just used a generic big man and then just change the finisher. Because I know Kayla J is Chelsea Green with the Canadian Destroyer signatures and the super kick finisher and the punt. Built yours from scratch too? Hey, it's cool. I'll set up some guidelines and whatnot for everybody. Well, hopefully I'll get that up in the next couple days. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Backbreaker Pro Wrestling roster for season 2, do yourself a favor, check out our Discord. The link is down below there. I do have a specific Backbreaker Pro channel. If we get enough people in there that want to talk about the actual show, I will actually make a private Discord for all competitors. So if you're interested on knowing what the booking's going to be and which not. It reminds me, I still got to buy the pay-per-view yet for tomorrow. Not a big deal. I was going to try the My AEW, but they got no app for Roku, so I'm just going to go with Amazon. It's basically the same cost between the two. The My Pay-Per-View feed, I wasn't really impressed with the two times that I used it, due to it feeling like it was a reskin of the Amazon one. And now that Amazon might actually show the whole show, I think he was trying for a poison Rana and Andrade just countered. Holy sh! This part of the world's absolutely perfect for them to, damn! Absolutely perfect for them to get things off here. This match is absolutely awesome here tonight. I'm glad everybody's getting a chance to see it. I'm glad Callis got speechless there for a couple minutes. Nice, Three Amigos. Callis needs to get some new material. See, if she would have said that she grew up in Saskatchewan, then it would make sense why they can't count past 2. But the whole high school don't graduate from high school thing, that's cheap. From Saskatchewan, it's expectations. Holy shit. Breaking news here. If you guys know ACW, it's like one of the bigger indies in the States. Killer Kross just won their world title. Now that will put butts in seats. And of course, Andrade and Dorada are going to pull some crazy shit off the top. Which one? Did she lose the one in Italy? Or no, it was France last night. That's right. She lost the one in France. I didn't hear about. I knew she was wrestling there because there was a picture of her having dinner with Minoru Suzuki. And then, on the 30th, she's going to be defending her Winnipeg Pro Wrestling title. And that might be against Shayna Baszler of all people. I'm not sure who's winning that. Apparently, they're having a tournament this weekend to determine who's going to face Mercedes on the 30th. Andrade's winning this match. We got to know that. Yeah, I think Monet's down to 6 now for titles. I think eventually this is her redemption angle, right? Like she basically comes out and she's lost everything and somebody turns heel on her and they're looking for support. Down to 5? Okay, 5 in the Owen. So 6. Yeah, but also make sure you don't go to a fight with a guy that's twice the size of you. Jesus! The hell was that? That was not a Spanish fly, folks. Spanish fly is when you're face to face and you go flipping. That was a side Mexican leg sweep. It's Mexican because they do an extra flip in there. That deserves this. Russian fly. Well, there's no vodka around. I haven't touched the vodka yet. I really should, but that's a different story for a different day. I'm still trying to figure out how long vodka lasts because I had some of that Pink Whitney I've had for over a year and a half in the fridge. I think it's probably no good, but too scared to try out and find out. Because I don't feel like going to the hospital anytime soon. Yeah, exactly. Only one way to find out. Yeah, no, I don't feel like going to the hospital, thanks. Time isn't free. That's the thing. I want to enjoy my week off work here. My God, this match here, like, could you expect anything different for the night before a pay-per-view? This is why I'm extremely happy that they do the double taping before we get to the pay-per-view. Sure, they are very nice. I just don't feel like getting my stomach pumped out anytime. Oh God, Jesus! That was a fucking running Mexican destroyer there. No, he didn't. He just got into a bad spot. That was freaking amazing right there. Oh no. Hammerlock into the post? Ugh, the chain. Damn. All right, this one's over. And the DM marks the 1, 2, 3. Go figure. The one freaking week that they start late for us here in Canada, they finish on time. That's not supposed to happen. Callis knows 3 words of I believe he knows exactly 3 words of Spanish. We need to hit Cesaro out here for the introduction again. Johnny maybe out of Fletcher like run. He's having amazing. Yeah, like, well, how many people are having this run right now? Like, there's tons. Like last year, there's a pretty good case to say Bandito had the best year. Hey, Nats, thank you. Appreciate the 15 years. Congrats there. It's been a while. I've been talking wrestling for a long time here. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. Brody King's about to destroy 2 guys. Which means we're probably going to get a swerve sighting here in about 2 minutes. I'm assuming he's going to be wearing a lucha mask. There he is. So sick of the Callis world. Well, now you're not getting it. You're getting Swerve and Brody. Oh, this is going to be fun. And, of course, Callis orders this to happen. 0 Hour starts at 7 Eastern. There are 2 matches during the pre-show, as we know right now. Willow Nightingale and Lena Cross for the TBS title will be on that, as well as the 21-person Blackjack Battle Royal. Main card starts at 8, so either way, we'll be here probably close to 7. Yeah, and Boom and Doom are on the pre. Okay. Are they in the Battle Royal, maybe? Or do they have a separate match? It's in LA, so I figured Big Boom AJ would be there. Oh, they're fighting STP? Okay. There we go. There's 3. Sorry, I haven't kept track. I'm not the social media mogul that some people are around here. And we are done, folks, for this week. For tonight was a hell of a go-home show. I think it set up exactly everything it needed to. It's weird because I think all the tickets have been sold already for the show. All the pay-per-views, for the most part, have already been bought. Well, except for me, I'm just a lazy ass. But if we get enough, I think enough people have bought already. This is a nice little thing to do. Completely sold out 13,000. There you go. So we're going to have a completely sold out venue. Pay-per-view buys are going to be up through the roof. I think Meltzer said he was looking at 143,000 for a number. But we'll see how that goes. But either way, that's going to wrap it up for the Sidecast right now because I think we're all a little excited. We want to get $1.5 million. Good enough for the money part. I'll be honest, I don't care about that. For those on YouTube, head over to twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We're going to get going here in about 5 minutes with our BPW Arrival PLE. But if you do have to take off for the night, always appreciate. We'll be back here on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. We're here. Made just in time to get large and in charge. Hey, Dead Troop, good to see you here. We're actually going to be starting in about 5 minutes. We're just shutting down the PLE part, or the Sidecast part. But for those on YouTube, thank you for being here, and we will catch you all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel.